Okay, now the legs of the spindly tower has dried sufficiently, and so now we're going to paint the tower building itself. Now you can spend a lot of time masking this whole thing, or you can do this. You take a piece of junk mail here and you use that to cover up what it is that you don't want to do, and then you spray from the right to the left, and that'll take care of that. And if you have a little bit of overspray on there, it's not going to matter that much, because after all, it's dirty, right? And make sure you spray, you take your spray can and you shake it up real good. Okay, now I spray painted the top. Now we'll do the sides. I always use several light coats instead of one heavy coat. Okay, so the first coat that you put on there is not going to cover that much. And I'll just demonstrate that a little bit here. Say it don't cover that much. It's called a tack coat. And so when that sets up, that'll give the paint something to stick to. Okay, so there you have it. And always take your spray can if you can, and hopefully I got this in the right direction, and then you spray it to clean your cap out. Now while it's still tacky, you can dust it with the black, and always shake your can real good. Make sure the nozzle is pointing away from you, and then just do this again. If you do it while it's still tacky, you can get the dusted effect there, okay? Because after all, this goes to the coke works, and it's going to be dealing with coal dust. Now if you build one of these for your stockpile for your iron ore, it's going to be a little bit different color. So I just turn that right here like this. Okay, try not to get it all covered up there. You want the whole thing dirty. Okay, this is one of the dirtiest areas of the steel mill. And for a fact, the people that work there at the end of the day, they can't tell if they're black, white, or whatever race you are. That's a fact, because I used to work in a foundry. That's another story in itself. So there you can see how dirty it is. Now, what's going to go on here next is I'm going to cut out some windows when this is dried from that broader-band home improvement CD computerized program. It's a CAD program is actually what it is, and I'll use that for putting the windows, which will be right along here. Okay, and then somewhere along here is going to be where the conveyors will come in. I haven't decided which side it'll go on. So that's I'll go and put this out in the sunlight again, and at almost 90 degrees outside, it ought to dry pretty decent, and we'll come back and do something else. Oh, by the way, if you can do this and it's dry enough, you should put a weight on top of there, because by the way, that went to a Fairmont motor car, which I no longer have. That's not the reason why I don't have a Fairmont motor car, but anyway, that goes on the axle. So that's going to give it some stability, and you know, since it's not wet, it's not going to tack up. Okay. Well, actually, I had a better plan. Put that threaded rod through there. That way, the roof and everything will be allowed to dry. And there you can see how dirty that looks. Okay. Try not to pan so fast. Okay. We'll come back and take care of the rest of it. Okay, next we're gonna cut out the windows. These are the windows right here I made from that, I guess it's called Broader Dock architectural program, so I've cut those. And I just use a general adhesive here, it's called Fix-All. Got it at the dollar store, it says super glue. Okay, there's the window. And if you get a little black on it, big deal. I mean, it's going to get black anyway, so cut another one. Okay, so now you can see the windows. If you take some gray paint and just touch it up a little bit, you can kind of get it to blend in, so I'll kind of do that. And if you kind of use too much gray paint along there, it really isn't that critical, because you're not going to see out of the windows anyway if you were working there because of the dirt, and I doubt very much whether they would have time during the day to wash windows. So now the next thing we got to do is make the conveyor mount. Okay, it just so happens I have a conveyor housing that's built right here. And what I want to do is I wanted to have it go from here over to here. Okay, so that comes out to 13 inches. From here over to here. So that's what I'll cut this piece to. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. Now you've all heard the term on Orange County choppers, mock it up. Well, this is mocking it up. And here you can see the conveyor housing, which will bring the coal over here to the blending tower and silos. Okay, I really don't like the way that's like that, so I'm going to move it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now let's do another mock-up. So you're going to want to have an angle going like this. This will be ground off at the bottom there. It's going to take a little bit of experimentation.